It was not a flip of a switch that suddenly I woke up one morning and thought to myself, I'm a trans guy. What is going on, guys? This is Garen. I am 11 months on testosterone, and today I'm gonna get very personal and share with you guys how I knew I was transgender. There were many things that led up to me feeling the way that I feel. Now, this is my experience, and this does not mean you have to have these experiences for you to validate why you are transgender or maybe going into that direction. So let me rewind here a bit. As a child, especially before puberty, I always grew up with the tomboy appearance. I never really was one to care too much about being very feminine and cared about princesses. I did like princesses. I had my fair share of Barbie dolls because they were hand-me-down toys. If there's a toy, I'm gonna play with it. I don't care if it's a action figure or Barbie doll. When puberty hit, that's when I really felt more disconnected to my gender identity. When I started growing out breasts instead of, just a flat chest, I always had far more interest and attraction towards girls than I did boys. As I was getting older, that continued to validate I'm not really satisfied at all with my gender and how I identified. No one comes to you and says, hey, I think you might be a trans guy. You should probably go, check out some resources or go to speak to a therapist to see, do you identify with the opposite sex, right? No one comes to you to tell you that. Well, at least no one did for me. And if someone did, to be honest, I actually would have been happy. I wouldn't have been offended. But that's me personally. I've been in a 15-year relationship with Alyssa. And throughout a relationship, I have had multiple times where I've always considered and had the interest of transitioning. But I never really expressed that. It was more of like, hey, yeah, if I could choose to be a guy, I would totally be a guy. It's easier, right? You don't have to have a menstrual cycle. You don't have to have breasts. You don't have to wear a bra. Like, hell yeah, I already wear men clothing. I would totally be down to being a guy. And it was always just kind of one of those conversations, but never went too deep. And after having these deeper conversations with Alyssa, she said something to me that was a game changer, which was, if you want it bad enough, you're gonna do it. And she was absolutely right. And not until about a year ago is when it started to get deeper. Why am I withholding myself from becoming my true, comfortable self? And honestly, that answer is it was fear. Okay, I was afraid, especially because we already had a family. We have 2 kids, and at that time, they were the ages 4 and 6. And so I was really afraid, like, oh no, if I do transition, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for our kid? I don't want to put a target on any of our backs. I want to make sure I look out for you guys just as much as I do myself. And more importantly, what does it mean for my own health if I do transition? Like, is this something that I can do for the rest of my life? And what are the surgeries I have to go through? Because quite honestly, I would want to go through the surgeries. It was just the unknown that I was afraid to explore. I mean, I was so scared about the idea of injecting testosterone into my body, not because I didn't want the testosterone, but because I was afraid of a needle. And I know there are solutions like the cream and the pill, but I wanted to choose a method that I felt was just most effective for me to make the transition happen faster. I was already so dysphoric that I thought, hey, if I'm gonna come out, I want to make sure that things change and change quickly. I want to be able to feel for myself that these changes are going to happen and that they're going to be successful. I decided to no longer put in the energy and focus into the fear and instead just embrace the process. When I had my consultation with a doctor from Circle Medicine, that's where I started my testosterone treatment with, I remember very clearly they asked a series of questions, and one of them being, so why do you want to start testosterone? What is your goal out of this? And I knew very easily, I'm very dysphoric about the sound of my voice. I don't like it being soft. I don't like it being feminine.
My name is Gary. This is my voice, day 0.
I shared, personally, I've always appeared very masculine. I never felt that I was getting enough of what I really wanted to feel. And here was another light bulb moment. She said, you just want your interior self to match with your exterior. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. Yes, I do. I want the deeper voice. I would be happy to have the ability to grow facial hair. I would certainly be able to, enjoy and embrace the process of when I work out, I actually see more muscle gain, and I would embrace absolutely having a masculine figure. So these are all those things that I absolutely knew that, hell yeah, I'm down for this. And I would have loved to have that this entire time in my life, but I don't, because estrogen is there. It is blocking me. It is blocking me from being able to transition into the person I want to identify with. And then the other question was, is your goal to identify as non-binary, as a trans guy? What is your goal? In the beginning, because this is all new to me, I did initially say, you know what, let's just start with non-binary. Let me continue to really explore how I want to identify. Do I feel that I would be enough to identify as the opposite sex? Very quickly, I want to say within 1 week's time, I'm like, you know what? No, I want to go full on he, him pronouns and live my life that way. And I'm very happy I did. I really am happy that I did. It works for me personally. Even when I came out to my family, there were struggles, okay? It was not easy. And I was also prepared to lose relationships if it meant no one was going to accept me. If you guys experience something similar to my transition story, or even if you don't, I would love to hear about your guys' thoughts in the comments. So please, put it out there. Let me know. Are you personally struggling? Are you having a hard time coming out with your family or your friends? Or you're also afraid of the things that you just don't know what to expect, what to anticipate with transitioning? Please put it in the comments. I want to hear you guys out. I am here to help as much as I can, which is the whole reason why I'm putting this entire YouTube channel out. It's because I want to be able to help educate, inform, and hopefully inspire each and every one of you that it is okay. Regardless if it is you as an individual going through transitioning, or if you're a supportive spouse, family member, boyfriend or girlfriend, it doesn't matter. I want to hear from all of you. Put some information in that comment. Hit the like and subscribe if this is something that you really enjoyed watching, if you felt you can relate to it, and I'll be happy to talk to you guys again on other subjects. If there's any videos you guys want me to cover, please put it out there. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.